Excuse me! Can I have your attention, please? There's something very disturbing happening at Whole Foods today. They say they love animals. They say they're treating them humanely. But they're lying. They're hiding extreme violence against animals.
She was found at the age of only 2, lying in her own feces. She was severely dehydrated and on the brink of starvation. She was too weak to move. She could not even lift her head. May was found on a humane farm. A humane farm that supplies cage-free eggs to Whole Foods.
Individuals like these are being deprived of basic needs throughout their enslavement.
Luckily, both these girls were rescued by some dedicated activists who nursed them back to health from the brink of death. They are now living in a safe place where they can be happy, healthy, and live free of exploitation, and live out the rest of their lives in safety. We are here today to share their story because their lives matter.
There is nothing humane about slaughter. There is nothing compassionate about captivity. And there is nothing ethical about animal agriculture. But the victims of this violent system need our help. This is why we are here today speaking out with activists all around the world, asking you to join us.
Team member, please call 230. Thank you, Produce. Please call 230.
There is no humane way to kill someone who doesn't want to die. We will continue to fight until every animal is freed.
Tous les animaux veulent vivre heureux et en liberté. Et nous continuerons à raconter leurs histoires jusqu'à ce que tous les animaux soient libres.
Olata zoa axizun tinidia eleftheria ketoidio savasmo puarotama ke yamisos anthropi. Tusvagida nina pote anthropino. Katasina hisume na palepsume yatadike omatus mekripukate zo in elefthero.
所有的动物都想要生存，不想被残杀，无论是鸡或是猫，还是猪或是狗，它们都想活，不想死。请加入我们，为所有的动物争取享受生命的自由和权利。
Alla djur har rätten till sitt liv. Vi kommer att kämpa tills alla djur är fri.
Nie ma sposobu humanitarnie zabić kogoś, kto nie chce umrzeć. Wszystkie zwierzęta chcą żyć i my będziemy walczyć, dopóki wszystkie zwierzęta są wolne.
Alle Tiere haben Rechte. Wir kämpfen, bis alle Tiere frei sind. Al consumir carne de cualquier animal, lácteos y sus derivados, estamos aprobando la explotación, sufrimiento y privación de libertad de los animales. Todos sentimos y sufrimos igual. Todos somos capaces de amar y ser amados. Todos queremos vivir. No es comida, es violencia.
הם מרגישים, כואבים, פוחדים בדיוק כמונו. הם גם רוצים לחיות. כולם בסבל שווים.
Humane meat!
It's a lie!
Whole Food!
It's a liar!
Whole Food!
It's a liar!
Humane slaughter!
It's a lie!
Humane meat!
It's a lie!
Whole Food!
It's a liar!
Whole Food!
It's a liar!
Animals' lives are their rights!
We have just begun to fight!
a liar! Whole Foods is a liar! There's no excuse for animal abuse! There's never an excuse for animal abuse! There's no excuse for animal abuse! Killing is no kindness! It's not food, it's violence! Killing is no kindness! It's not food, it's violence! Killing is no kindness! It's not food, it's violence! It's not food! 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 It's violence!
What do we want?
Animal liberation!
When do we want it?
Now!
Are we going to fight for it?
Yes!
Are we going to get it?
Yes!
John Mackey!
Is a liar!
John Mackey!
Is a liar!
John Mackey!
Is a liar!
Whole Foods!
Is a liar!
Their children!
Not ours!
Their eggs!
Not ours!
Their bodies!
Not ours!
Their bodies!
Not ours!
Their flesh!
Not ours!
Their eggs!
Not ours!
Their milk!
Not ours!
Their bodies!
Not ours!
Their children!
Not ours!
Their lives!
Not ours!
Their lives!
Not ours!
Their bodies!
Not ours!
Their eggs!
Not ours!
Their flesh!
Not ours!
Their lives!
Not ours! Not ours! It's murder! It's a lie!
Humane slaughter!
It's a lie!
Humane slaughter!
It's a lie!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar! It's a liar!
It's a lie! It's a lie!
It's a lie!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar! It's a liar! It's a liar!
Humane slaughter!
It's a lie!
Humane killing!
It's a lie!
Free-range eggs!
It's a lie!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
John Mackey!
It's a liar!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
Humane meat!
It's a lie!
Free-range eggs!
It's a lie! Just like us! Animals don't want to suffer! Just like us! Pigs feel pain! Just like us! Animals feel joy! Just like us!
We are here today to expose the lies that Whole Foods is selling. They claim to sell meat and dairy and eggs that come from humane farms where animals roam safe and happy, but that could not be further from the truth. An investigation was done at a farm that supplies Whole Foods with its so-called humane eggs, and what was found was horrific. Animals having only 1.5 square feet of space each, unable to move their own wings. Their beaks had been cut off, and they were literally drowning in their own feces. This is what Whole Foods says is humane. This is apparently the best of the best. And the reality is that animal agriculture is inherently cruel. There is no such thing as humane eggs or humane milk or meat because killing and exploitation is violent. There is no right way to do a wrong thing. So we're here today to tell Whole Foods to stop the lies. Stop selling murder, stop selling exploitation, stop selling violence and putting a label humane on it. We see through those lies. We are here today with thousands of other activists around the world asking you to speak up. Speak up for the animals and speak up for animal liberation. We all love our dogs and our cats at home. The chickens and pigs and cows that are dying for Whole Foods and other grocery stores are no different. They feel fear and pain and love and joy, and they want to live just as much as we do.
Just because Whole Foods markets compassion by selling animal bodies doesn't mean that we need to eat it up, literally.
other people suffer. But we have been conditioned to distance ourselves from the animals that we consume, the animals that we wear, the animals that we use for entertainment. We have put barriers between us and them, but it's time to learn that we are all the same. I believe that you all love animals. I believe that you are all good people. And just like you, I did not know about the cruel animal agriculture industry. But once my eyes were opened, I knew that I could not turn back. I had to speak up for these animals because nobody is listening to them. They are not voiceless. They do, in fact, have their own voices, but we are not listening. Every time they scream when they try to escape their captors, every time they make a run out of the transport truck on the way to slaughter, they are telling us that they do not want to die. So it's time for us to speak up for them and to lift up their voices in places where they are being ignored, in places where their bodies are literally being consumed. So we are asking you today to join us, to stand up for animal liberation, to become an activist. We are asking you to stop consuming the bodies and the secretions of animals, to stop wearing them for clothing, and to stop using them for entertainment or science. Because we all have the inherent right to our own life. We all have the right to be safe and happy and free. And that is what we are here fighting for today. If you want to join us, we have extra signs. You are welcome to do that. So please join us and fight for animal liberation.
Check. So I just want to thank the organizers for this event for encouraging and empowering so many people to come out to this protest today, especially Mira, who put in tons of effort. This whole thing would not have happened without all her effort. Secondly, I want to thank all of you for being out here today. This is the biggest DxE protest we've had so far in Vancouver after 1 year of campaigning against Chipotle, and now we're starting a new year and we're moving on to a new, bigger, more vicious target, and we're not afraid, so, this is going to be an exciting year. No. I also just want to acknowledge that we are on the unceded Coast Salish Territories, the land of the Musqueam, Tsleil-Waututh, and Squamish peoples. And I think it's important for us as privileged settler animal rights activists to always reflect and think critically about what our responsibilities are when we're doing animal advocacy work on this land. We're here today because truth matters. And because truth matters, we're here to confront two different kinds of lies. The first kind of lie is very obvious, as many of you have already spoken out about it. This is a lie that businesses and corporations like Whole Foods are trying to sell to the general public, that there is a humane way to kill animals who do not want to die, that there is somehow a humane way to keep them in captivity and torment them for their entire lives and make profit from their bodies. Shame! But there is a second lie I think we're also challenging here today that is more insidious, that's often ingrained in us by our culture. It is internal to us. These are the lies told by speciesists. These are the lies of speciesism. These are the lies that we tell ourselves when we think it's okay to kill pigs, cows, chickens, and fish and consume them for food or slaughter them for profit, but care and love for dogs and cats, even though inherently they can all feel the pain, suffering, and joy the same way. Just because we have different relationships to them, just because we think one is more relatable than the other, that we somehow are able to justify cruel violence towards one but not the other. So today, against all of these lies, we're here to fight them. And we will keep fighting for animal liberation. We'll keep fighting for other non-human animals. What? We will keep fighting for animal liberation until every butcher shop and every slaughterhouse and every so-called animal farms and the zoos and aquariums that keep animals in captivity for entertainment, until they're all out of business, until they're all shut down. We will keep fighting until every cage and every confinement is empty. And we will keep fighting until every animal is free from domination and exploitation by corporations and businesses like Whole Foods. All your money, all your lies!
We will never compromise!
All your cruelty, all your lies!
We will never compromise!
All your violence, all your lies!
We will never compromise!
All your torment, all your lies!
We will never compromise!
Animals' lives are their right!
We have just begun to fight!
Animals' lives are their right!
We have just begun to fight!
Animals' lives are their right!
We have just begun to fight!
Animals' lives are their right!
We have just begun to fight!
This is just the start. We have only begun to fight. We've only been at this for one day. So thank you guys for coming. Let's do one more. Humane meat!
It's a lie!
Humane slaughter!
It's a lie!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
Whole Foods!
It's a liar!
We are Direct Action Everywhere, Vancouver, Coast Salish Territories. You can find us on Facebook or at directactioneverywhere.com.
You dumb asshole. Are you not concerned about that, sir?
I'm absolutely concerned about that.
No, what are you doing here with this chicken thing?
Well, it's not only chickens, it's all animals.
Aren't you concerned about vegetables and flowers?
Well, actually, I am.
How
And
about the monarch butterfly?
yes, I am. It all has to do with habitat, right? I mean, the monarch
Where were you born, sir?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Peshawar, Pakistan, actually, but that's another.
You were born where?
Peshawar, Pakistan, northwest frontier, just about 5 miles this side of the Khyber Pass. But
How long
I've lived
have you
all
been in
around the world
Canada?
since I'm 57 years old. I left Pakistan at 5 years old, so you can do the math, 52 years. But I've lived in many different
Have you
countries of the
worked
world.
in Canada, sir?
Yes, I have, yeah.
You pay taxes in Canada?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And you
And-
are on private property, you know that.
Actually, I'm not.
You
but-
are on private property. You see that illegal there? Sure,
Right.
that's private property.
Okay.
You should be on it. You're on
Okay,
private
I'm
property.
glad
And
for
do you
your
know,
legal
do you know
advice.
who owns this, sir? The governor of the state of California, Jerry Brown.
Oh, he's one of the shareholders of the company?
He owns it, you motherfucker. You're on private property. Get off.
Okay. I'm sorry about your attitude.
Are you a part of this goon organization, sir? You don't fill a me. I'll beat your fucking ass.
Go home and pet your dog.